Tonight on Whip City Weekly, the end of the semester is right around the corner for WSU students. Tom Durkee has some tips for closing down your campus apartment for winter break.
Matt Stover's in studio today to update you on the latest sports news.
And we're premiering our very first makeup segment, this week featuring some hot holiday styles. All this and more when Whip City Weekly starts right now.
Thank you for tuning into Whip City Weekly. I'm Kelsey Thibodeau.
And I'm Anthony George. The popular downtown School Street Bistro has abruptly closed its doors for the rest of 2012. The owners of the bistro had recently expressed interest in meeting with Mayor Knappich regarding market rates housing above the restaurant, but did not hint at all of the closing up shop. The restaurant had many events already booked for the month of December. These include the weekly meetings and annual holiday get-togethers of the Westfield Rotary Club, as well as the Dick'n Days dinners and brunches held by Westfield on weekends. These organizations are now scrambled to relocate. As far as anyone knows, the bistro is closed at least until December 31st. Anyone with outstanding gift certificates to the bistro will get more information on reimbursement and possible reopening of their restaurant as soon as it becomes available.
President Obama's proposal on the fiscal cliff is to add $1.6 trillion in new taxes, $50 million in a new stimulus package, and an added $500 billion cut from the Medicare and entitlements. Republicans put out a plan December 3rd, and it shows $2.2 trillion in deficit savings over the next decade, including $800 billion from tax reform, $600 billion from Medicare reforms and other health savings, and $600 billion in other spending cuts. If President Obama and the Republicans do not make a compromise by next year, then the country will go over the fiscal cliff and citizens' taxes will go up.
Most of us will be watching the presidential inauguration from our couches, but a select few WSU students have the opportunity to take a bus trip to Washington, D.C. to witness a ceremony honoring President Obama. The bus will leave campus on January 20th at 11 p.m. The bus will arrive at Washington, D.C. on January 21st at 7 a.m. This is an opportunity for students to witness history firsthand. As the semester comes to an end, students have to begin thinking about closing down their apartments. Tom Durkee spoke with WSU Head of Housing about this process.
So finals are done, your car is packed, and you're ready to hit the road for Christmas break. But before you go, there's a few things you need to know about closing up your on-campus apartment. We spoke with Joshua Hedrick from the Department of Residential Life.
We want to make sure that everything is closed down for the 4 weeks that they're not going to be here, so that we're using as little energy as possible and all of their belongings are safe for the time that they're not going to be here. So first and foremost, start with their rooms. Make sure that the windows are locked, that the lights are turned off, the shades are drawn. If there's a mini fridge in the room, to make sure that's completely emptied and defrosted, and then to make sure that they're locking their personal doors before they leave the room. And then for the main part of the apartment, doing the same thing, making sure that the windows are locked, the shades are drawn, making sure that the fridge is empty of any perishable items that could cause any problems while they're gone, unplugging everything that is personal items that doesn't have to do with the main refrigerator, and then making sure that the main door to the apartment is completely locked up and that they don't have to worry about anybody getting into their apartment.
We asked apartment complex resident assistant Brittany Moniz what she thinks residents should know about closing up their apartment.
Well, every time we close up the buildings, there's a sheet that gets posted on the apartment door telling you how to prepare your apartment and what steps you should take to closing up your apartment for extended periods of break. So a few of the things on that list would be closing your windows, making sure they're locked, taking out the trash and recycling, and cleaning out your fridge, making sure there's no perishable items in there. That would be pretty bad when you come back.
Students need to leave their rooms by Thursday, December 20th by 5 p.m. Or within 24 hours of their last final. So if their last final is earlier in the week, they should be leaving within 24 hours of that.
If you follow these simple guidelines to close on your apartment by December 20th at 5 p.m., you'll be sure to have a stress-free break. And remember, once you leave, you can't come back in until January 20th at noon. In Westfield, for Whip City Weekly, Tom Durkee.
Westfield State was awarded a $550,000 grant from the National Science Foundation. The 4 professors that were awarded the grant were Julian Florin, Philip Hotchkiss, Volker Ecke, and Christine von Rennes. The grant is to support an original approach to teaching mathematics to non-mathematics and science students. The grant, titled Discovering the Art of Mathematics, supports the addition of 10 full-length standalone textbooks, student and teacher resource guides, and assessment tools for mathematics for liberal arts courses. The professors hope that the grant will help people to understand that while mathematics is practical, it can also be creative and artistic.
Now for an on-campus construction update. This past Tuesday, the process of planting new trees from Ely began. Workers were seen putting these new additions to the landscape in the ground all afternoon. The new building is starting to look even more and more put together. The workers have been busy painting and getting as much as they can completed before the bad winter weather months hit. I know we all can't wait to see the finished product.
Coming up, our very own Jess Carey has some holiday makeup tips that you don't want to miss.
Westfield hockey has had a season full of ups and downs. Matt Stover will tell you more of it this week's sports update.
And we've got plenty of holiday activities that'll be sure to keep your family busy this season. Stay with us.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. I'll teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
You can sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first little thing, helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, we're back and excited to see what Jess Carey has in store for us with her holiday makeup tips. Darcy Fortune's at our main studio now, ready to learn from the best.
Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm here with makeup artist Jess Carey, who's going to show us how to make your eyes really sparkle this holiday season. Well, thanks for being here, Jess, and thank you to our model, May Randall. So, what do you have in store for May's makeup today?
Well, today it's going to go really simple. First, we're going to start off with a basic neutral look, and then we're going to move on from there and make it glamorous enough to go out and have it last all night.
Great. You know, I love the neutral look. Obviously, it's a, simple but natural look, but I see a lot of girls wearing some pretty funky makeup this holiday season. So right now you're putting on the base light color.
We have just some sparkle. Just start us off. And now I'm going to move on to add some eyeliner.
Now, what color eyeliner would you use for May's coloring?
For her pale skin, I'm still going to use a black, just very basic, very thin line. We'll start off with this.
Is that a liquid eyeliner?
It is. So what I'm going to do here is, this is a brush that goes with this set, and I'm going to dip it in some water just to get the brush wet. And very simply twirl around the brush to get it nice and pointy. Okay. Now close your eyes.
Now, how thick would you put on that eyeliner?
Very thin. It takes a lot of practice. So the thinner you can go, the better.
So what are the other popular colors and styles this season? Is smoky eye still in?
Smoky eye is classic. It's always in. It's always going to be a wonderful look you can wear in the daytime or in the nighttime. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some color, and I'm going to start off with a sort of a teal greenish color to add some holiday spirit.
Now, how much is something like that cost?
This is it's a brand called Makeup for Forever, and this is quite pricey, but you can find bargains at your local retail store. This would probably be about $18. And just like we did with the black, we're going to go right over the black. And like I said, it takes some practice, but the more you do it, the better you will be. Okay. And usually I like to add a wing to that.
Wow, I love that already. That looks great, Jess.
Thank you.
So I've seen a lot of women wearing red lipstick this season, even in the fall and now into the early December. Is that the new shade?
Red is, again, classic. I would recommend red to anyone. Now, the trick with a red lipstick is don't wear much eye makeup if you're going to use red.
Is it just too bold for the rest of the face?
Yeah, you know, there's a lot going on and you want to focus really on one part of the face. Now, I'm just going to use this brush with no makeup just to touch up the spots because nobody's perfect and it takes some practice. So
now that eyeshadow you have there is from Sephora?
Yep.
Now how much was that?
This I found in the bargain section, so this was about $8.
Wow, so you can also find bargains even in the expensive makeup stores?
Yes, so definitely don't be afraid to go and browse around. Awesome. So now we have the base blue color, and this will work for your daytime makeup wear. And so now I'm going to add some sparkle. Here's the fun part.
Yay, sparkles.
And so this is called Starry Eyed, and it's just sparkle. And just like
wow, I love that color.
Yeah, it's great. It's my favorite. Like I said, don't be afraid to go bold. So just going to trace what we already have.
So what is one of your favorite products that you have here?
This one that I'm using right now. I use it pretty much every day. And if I don't use this, I'll use the blue, the same color blue with the not the sparkles, like I'm wearing right now. And once you get the hang of it, this shouldn't take you more than 7 to 10 minutes. Although mascara application is the last step, and that sometimes will take a few extra minutes.
May, how are you feeling?
I don't know, I'm excited to see how it looks.
Okay, let's see. So that was pretty simple. We're going to add some basic neutral colors to the bottom of your lashes now. Let's see. Yeah.
Would you like to take a
I
look?
would. This one's perfect. Thanks for helping. I'm going to go back to this is the slanted brush. This is the best brush.
I really want to see this green used. This looks great.
Okay,
right
actually,
here.
we
Can
will
you get
use this next.
a shot of that. That's such a great color.
It is. I'm going to do this whole...
It's almost like a sparkly Christmas tree.
Okay, now would you look up?
Now you're putting that on the bottom, I see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's like...
It's a highlight, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely the right word.
Now, can you do this with any color of eyes, or do you have to have brown eyes?
The eye color does not matter. Nope. They do have suggestions, though, if you ask a makeup artist in a Sephora or store, they will suggest colors that will highlight your eyes. But again, does not matter. So I'm going to add some green here, right to the corner. And I'm just keeping it to the corner. That way, we can contrast the highlights from the blue. It's kind of aqua-y.
So this will be great to wear to a party, but even if she wants to wear it to class, just to be festive,
yes,
it's appropriate.
This is definitely a look that you can rock any day of the night. So now we will put some mascara on and maybe touch up the eyebrows. This right here will make your lashes stand out. So right here, wow, your eyelashes are beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're done with the
eyes?
With the eyes, yep. And I might, this is a personal favorite of mine, the eyebrow enhancer. You just color in some spaces. So your eyebrows actually look pretty perfect, but I'll just demonstrate. And the fun part is that it pops right open and can comb out your eyebrows.
Wow, that's so neat. That's just, on the go. You can use that in the car.
Absolutely.
Great.
Now, we are ready for some holiday cheer.
Now let's show May her new look.
Oh my God, that's sweet. I love it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
She loves her new look. Great. Now, obviously some of these makeups can be pretty pricey, so if you're looking for an alternative, we found this. It's from Ocean State Job Lot, just $2 for a smoky eye palette. So, you can check the sales in these stores, but you can also find alternatives. So that's all we have, and we're going to toss it over to sports.
Thanks, Darcy. All right, to sports. Men's hockey lost its third consecutive game on Saturday versus Salem State, 5-2. Dalton Jay and Taylor Murphy tickled the twine for the Owls. Come out and support your Owls this Saturday at 5:30 down at Amelia Park. They're facing Becker College. Men's basketball stayed perfect over the weekend, winning both of their games in the Pioneer Valley Basketball Classic. Westfield beat Springfield College 68-54 on Friday night, with 22 points scored by Lee Vasquez and a dominating performance on the glass by Matt Devine, grabbing 18 rebounds. On Saturday, beating Elms College 76-54, where Matt Devine became the second player this season to surpass the 1,000 career point mark. Lee Vasquez was the other player this year who did it in the opening game. The next home game for the boys basketball team is December 12th at 7 p.m. against Linden State College. And it's all squared away in college football. The national championship has been set in stone. Notre Dame will be taking on the Crimson Tide of Alabama in Miami. The Tide beat Georgia in the game of the century. Alabama was able to spark a comeback in the second half to take the lead. They were also able to stop Georgia from scoring with about 25 seconds left in the game, deep in Alabama territory. The final score was Alabama 32, Georgia 28. In the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs were able to get their second win of the season against the Carolina Panthers last Sunday. This is more of a story because of what happened the night before. Linebacker Jovan Belcher took the life of his girlfriend and then drove to Chiefs facilities where he thanked head coach Romeo Crennel and general manager Scott Pioli, who was with the Patriots before he took his own life in front of the two men. Crennel took some heat for deciding to play the game, but his team supported his decision and went out to honor their teammate. The motive for this shooting has still yet to be released. The Patriots continue to do what they always do, and that is to clinch AFC East titles. With their win over the Dolphins on Sunday, the Patriots have claimed their 10th AFC East crown since 2001. However, their season still goes on as they have two tough tests coming up at home. They play the top-seeded Houston Texans this coming Monday night on Monday Night Football on ESPN. Then the following week, they remain in prime time as the 49ers of San Francisco roll into town on Sunday night. These next 2 weeks should show us how real this Patriots team is and if they have what it takes to be playing into February. Looking forward to spring sports? I am. The Red Sox filled their void at first base on Monday with the signing of Mike Napoli. Napoli, who also plays catcher, will get $13 million a year for 3 years. He comes over from the Rangers after leading them in batting average in their playoff push last September. He should be a middle-of-the-order guy for the Red Sox. He also has a capability of putting the ball off the monster in left field. The Red Sox are also hoping that the market for Rangers outfielder Josh Hamilton falls through so that they can make a push for him. The Sox, who currently have a hole in the outfield, are pursuing Hamilton, but are still undecided on the asking price from his agent. With Cody Ross still unsigned and drawing interest from other teams, including the Yankees, the Red Sox could end up with Hamilton as their everyday right fielder. Also, the Red Sox made another signing as they signed Dodgers outfielder Shane Victorino to a 3-year deal of also $39 million. So with that, it seems very unlikely that Cody Ross will be back in a Red Sox uniform. And that's going to do it for this week in sports. Back to you in the studio.
The Hoosac Wind Power Project is scheduled for completion by year's end. The project created a 19 wind turbine farm, which will power greater than 10,000 homes per year in the western Mass towns of Florida and Monroe. The project is also expected to offset about 64 million pounds of carbon dioxide. Even though the project is projecting $6.8 million in tax revenues, not all citizens are happy about it. Many are still concerned that the wind farm will produce noise and adverse health effects, as well as fears of property value decreasing for nearby residents.
When we return, we've got plenty of holiday cheer for you to enjoy this season.
And we're back with This Week in History. Don't touch that dial.
I got no pulse, so losing.
Sergeant, he's in beefing.
Shocking. Drives it around all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We're just buzzed. Just buzzed? You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The Westfield Athenaeum has a number of events coming up in December, including one to get you in the holiday spirit. There will be a discussion for teens on the book, You Have 7 Messages, and a discussion for kids on the book, Riding Freedom, on Monday, December 10th and Tuesday, 11th, respectively. Then be sure to take the kids to the Tiny Tim's Holiday Tea during that week before Christmas, where 3 to 5-year-olds can come listen to a special story, drink apple juice, sing songs, and make a craft. Other events rounding out the month include Pajama Story Time, Bingo for Books, and Read to Rover. As a reminder, the Athenaeum will be closed on December 24th and 25th for Christmas. For more information on how to register for these events, check out www.westath.org. Hey holiday people, Bright Nights at Forest Park in Springfield is already underway. In addition to the holiday lights this year, visitors can stroll through Santa's magical forest and Santa's cozy cottage, and even meet Santa himself. Those traveling through Bright Nights will also find the Letter to Santa mailbox located outside Santa's cottage. If you like to drive through the magical wonderland of lights, it now runs nightly from December 5th through January 1st. For more information on Bright Nights hours, feel free to call 413-733-3800 or log on to www.brightnights.org.
Curious as to when good old St. Nick will visit your house this Christmas Eve? Well, your friends at the North American Aerospace Defense Command, also known as NORAD, have been tracking the Jolly Man in Red since 1955. Every year, many elves volunteer to help answer phone calls and emails from millions of children around the world. If you want to track Santa this year, check out the NORAD website where you can see a live map of his travels, photos and video of his trip at www.noradsanta.org.
Westfield State's very own Department of Public Safety and Campus Dunkin' Donuts are continuing their yearly effort to make this holiday season a little more special for those in need. The Stuff a Cruiser gift drive to benefit New Beginnings shelters for victims of domestic abuse is still taking donations up until the 14th. This past Tuesday, they kicked off their event with a free coupon for a small Dunkin' Donuts hot beverage to the first 50 contributors. The cruiser was already filling up with everything from teddy bears to the classic board games we all know and love. Dunkin' Donuts gave over $500 to the case, but public safety is still collecting everything from toys, hats, gloves, and toiletry items. Just drop them off at the Public Safety Complex window or contact Mike Foyle or Tony Cassiano.
It's time once again for This Week in History. In 1898, the Treaty of Paris ended the Spanish-American War, giving the U.S. its first overseas territories, including Cuba and Puerto Rico. In 1941, Pearl Harbor was bombed by the Japanese and quickly launched the United States' participation in World War II. In 1946, UNICEF was founded in order to help the children affected by World War II. Finally, in 1967, popular soul artist Otis Redding was killed in a plane crash in Wisconsin. However, his classic song, Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay, would become the first posthumous #1 hit. And that's what happened this week in history.
Well, that does it for us tonight. With the holidays right around the corner and the semester coming to an end, this is our last episode of this year.
But we will be back with more content next year in 2013. Have a happy holiday.
And a healthy new year.
For Whip City Weekly, I'm Kelsey Thibodeau.
And I'm Anthony George.
Take care, Westfield.